Hello everyone, I'm back for another part of What If Midoriya Turned Evil. This one might be a bit different. This is going to be a bit of a filler episode in the beginning. Basically, in the beginning, I'm going to talk about how Midoriya's relationships are with the new members. And, since I did this in advance, it doesn't fill enough time for an actual video, so I'm then going to give you them attacking the camp and the All For One fight. Also, I'm not including All For One because, I feel like he feels the same towards everyone except for his little favorite Shigaraki. So, let's begin. Midoriya already has an okay relationship with Shigaraki, who's annoying, but they trust each other. Kurogiri trusts Midoriya and sees him as a villain with a lot of potential. Dabi is impressed with how smart Midoriya is, but thinks he's an annoying little untrustworthy brat. When they get Mr. Compress, Midoriya is fascinated by his quirk and skills. Mr. Compress is also fascinated by Midoriya's technology, but doesn't completely trust him. Twice, who, if you don't remember, I said I'm going to have already worked for them, so Midoriya could have faked his death better, thanks Midoriya's school because of his tech and sees him as a friend. Spinner sees Midoriya as a pest. Big Sis Magni, I'm gonna say, sees everyone as a friend. Mustard thinks Midoriya is a pest. Moonfish can't feel emotions. I'm saying that because I don't want to talk about that thing. Muscular thinks Midoriya is weak and would just get in the way. Now, for my favorite, Toga. Toga would be fascinated by Midoriya's work, even though they both know she doesn't understand it. Again, like I said, I'm going to try making them a thing, but they aren't confessing to each other, so they just act like BFFs. Also, I forgot to say this, but they know her quirk. Anyways, now, let's go to the attack. The same plan will be happening, as much as Midoriya hates it. It would be night, and of course, the plan would start. Although, they're even more prepared because of Midoriya's notes. Anyways, it would go the same, but Midoriya would help Toga fight and get blood. Also, Todoroki would be the one to fight Muscular. Anyways, back to Midoriya. They'd of course go through everything. Todoroki would defeat Muscular and save Koda. Also. Anyways, Toga and Midoriya would find Bakugo and would call Mr. Compress to come to the location. Bakugo being Bakugo would then blast out where Toga is hiding and would start to attack her. Midoriya would then get angry and scream, "Let go of her." He'd then press a button on a watch he wears, and of course, a Mighty Crusher, but this is model 2.5, would attack. This model is like 2, but instead has the same attacks, like fire and bullets, as you saw in the other thumbnail. It had a giant flamethrower and a machine gun, but it can use either, and it's more like Iron Man's cannons. Anyways, Bakugo gets hit by it and gets knocked out. Mr. Compress then comes, and they capture him. They then get away and try to get to the group. Although, just as they catch up, Midoriya gets wrapped up in something. He turns and sees Eraserhead. Thankfully, his face is fully covered in dirt from, yelling, so we can't tell what he looks like. Eraserhead laughs and says it's over. You think your partners would save you? All of a sudden, a portal appears behind Eraser's head, and a shriveled hand comes out, and a voice says, "Just like you, dumb heroes. We can be friends too, idiot." The hand grabs Eraserhead's neck, and he screams in pain. He drops Midoriya. Midoriya starts to run to the group, where a big portal opens, and Kurogiri sends them all through. Class 1A and Class 1B are horrified, and Bakugo is gone. Also, everyone that lost in the anime lost in this, but Magni got hurt more and brought to one of the headquarters to be nursed. Now let's go back to the conversation, to convince Bakugo to be a villain. Bakugo wakes up and is tied up, and he looks around, to everyone. Bakugo looks around, and the same conversation goes on, where Bakugo gets invited to become a villain and is released. He of course attacks, but his instincts attack Midoriya, who he doesn't realize is Midoriya yet. Midoriya then does the move where he abuses Bakugo's right hook and pulls him down. Bakugo freaks out once he sees Midoriya. Deku, what are you doing with these guys? I thought you were dead. Isn't it obvious? I became a villain and faked my death. Why? What happened? You weren't the Midoriya I knew. Was the one who wanted to be a hero, the kind, weak one. Wow. Even when you see me after all 1 year, you still can't go without calling me weak. And to answer your question, what do you mean? You happened. You threatened. You hurt and bullied me. You said I could never be a hero. You told me to go and kill myself. I was told by my one idol that I couldn't be a hero. So I became a villain. The only people that accepted me. Midoriya in tears jumps back and Toga tries to comfort him. It would then go the same with the heroes finding them and All For One teleporting them to him. The same would happen where the heroes would fail to save them, although this time, Midoriya warns them when they're surrounding Bakugo that Class 1A has some pretty determined people, one of them being a redhead that was pretty close to Bakugo. Remember, every time they attacked or got close to Class 1A or saw him on TV, he'd watch, and Midoriya would take notes, and said that people would be, determined to save him. Anyways, as they're waiting, just like Midoriya said, 3 people launch into the sky, one being Kirishima, the red person he warned them about. Bakugo then goes flying, but Midoriya isn't going to let them get away that easily, and he presses another button on his watch and it transforms into an arm cannon. He fires a beam of energy at them. They get hit and fly away. Although right after that, All Might appears and attacks All For One. No one is unconscious this time though. The fight begins the same, although this time, All Might isn't able to save the random civilian that was under rubble. This puts All Might into an enraged state and starts to hurt All For One. All For One tells Kurogiri to make a portal and everyone starts to enter. Although, Midoriya turns and sees that Shigaraki isn't moving. He then runs and grabs him and starts to carry him into the portal. Shigaraki starts to scream, interrupting Midoriya's back with his hand. No, I can't leave him. All For One! Midoriya kept carrying him without shedding a tear from the pain in his back. Although the truth is that Midoriya is crying on the inside. Watch that try and save All For One too. And just like that, after they're back at the HQ, All For One has been put back in jail. And well, they have to go into hiding for a bit. Well, that's all for this part. Hope you enjoyed this what if. By the ways, I have 2 what ifs I'm going to be working on, and you get to choose which one will come first. Choice number 1 is what if Midoriya had a stand, and choice number 2 is what if Midoriya grew up with Kirishima and Mina instead of Bakugo. Vote in the poll that in the top right corner, which, if it's not up already, will be there soon. And I'll pick whichever one has the most votes after a certain amount of time. Anyways, my fools and ghouls, your foolish jester, is out.